There is a lot of money moving around in the gaming industry, and some cryptocurrencies continue to compete for a slice of this massive market. One of these is Sandbox, and recently Sand token went up crazy after Facebook announced its Metaverse push at the end of October. Today I'm going to give you a recap of what the Sandbox is, bring you up to speed on what the project has been up to, what problems they might be facing during the next year, and tell you why Sand may become the biggest gaming cryptocurrency with my price prediction compared to other metaverse projects. Let's take a closer look on what Sandbox is and how it started. Sandbox was originally founded in 2012 by Pixowl, a software company based in San Francisco. This Sandbox originally started as a 2D game where users could build their own virtual worlds. Only in 2017, following the crypto bull market, they decided to turn it into a 3D game built on Ethereum. Then shortly after, in 2018, Pixowl was acquired by Animoca brand, a software company based in Hong Kong which focuses on digital entertainment, blockchain, gamification, and since then they are actually pushing the complete metaverse and cryptocurrency narrative of the game, together with the now so-called Sandbox Foundation, which consists of over 100 employees from 32 different countries. This Sandbox raised around $7 million across free Sand token sales in 2019 and 2020, and also in 2019 they started to sell land, raising additional multi-million-dollar funding for the project. The Sandbox virtual world consists of 166,000 plots of land that also can be divided in different districts. Lands are NFT or ERC-721 tokens on Ethereum, which is Ethereum non-fungible token standard. These land tokens can be owned by a single person. Me personally, I own one land plot in the Sandbox, which I bought recently, and I noticed that these land plots can be divided into districts, which are owned by multiple people. As you can see, some of the land in the Sandbox is owned by big companies such as Binance, MetaMask, Atari, CoinMarketCap, and many more projects are owning land in Sandbox. In your land you can build whatever you want. You can have challenges, you can host events. For example, Snoop Dogg had a virtual concert in the Sandbox earlier this year. You can also monetize your land by renting it out or by featuring pay-to-play experience and monetizing the thing that you are building on your plot of land. That means that if you create an amazing game or a challenge or an event, you could make money off your plot of land, as long as players are interested in participating in whatever you build on your land and are ready to also spend some sand for it. As I said, you can build and customize whatever you want onto your land, and this is made possible by using the Vox Edit software. It is a software you can download on your PC and start building like in Minecraft, but with a lot more functions, and also the blocks that Sandbox is made of are way smaller, so you can easily create a completely different composition on each and every single plot of land. The Vox Edit software is also used to create game items, like for example boats, jet skis, planes, or whatever you want to create, and these assets are also going to be NFTs, which you could even sell on the open market and somebody else could get it to use it on their own land plot. Land and assets can be bought and sold on the Sandbox marketplace, where all NFTs are priced in the Sand token, or since it is an ERC-71 token, a non-fungible token and NFT on Ethereum, you can even sell these on OpenSea or any other NFTs marketplace. If you're an owner of land or you are just holding sand, you are actually getting granted some governance rights over the project in general. Also, sand can even be staked for additional rewards. Right now, the official alpha has started recently and people that own land can start playing in the Sandbox world. They are really pushing their development, and this year there were an amazing news and add one made to the Sandbox. This year there was the marketplace beta release. They announced their first round of public land sales on CoinMarketCap. The Vox editor software was just upgraded recently in June, so people can not only develop their own land but also create those game assets I mentioned earlier in this video. At the moment, over 16,000 game assets have been created. Sandbox is also taking care of the environment. They are trying to be green, since such as huge operations need a large amount of server power. That's why they're integrating with Polygon and are also purchasing carbon credits and planting trees, which is a nice thing, I think, to compensate at least a little bit for the massive energy consumption, especially right now when the Sandbox is publicly available for play. In July, the Sandbox announced their partnership with Walking Dead to bring zombies to the Metaverse, and as part of this collaboration, The Walking Dead has given a nice big plot of land. In August, the Sandbox announced their partnership with an esports project called Big Fan to bring virtual football and other sports to the Sandbox world. In November, they made a huge fundraising round where they raised a total of $93 million. The leading investor in this funding raise was SoftBank. SoftBank is the biggest investment company in the world. And as you know, this news combined with the hype around Facebook's rebrand Meta took the Sand token reaching massive new all-time highs. The same thing happens to Decentraland, Manas, and if you want me to talk about this project, comment below on the video. And now we are coming to the question, how far can Sandbox actually go in the near future? Or do we have to expect a bigger correction maybe to come? For me personally, I've already mentioned on my social media profile on Instagram around a month ago that I invested 20% of my crypto portfolio into Sandbox at around $2.10. This investment is turning out great at the moment, and as I said, I also bought a land from the profits I made. There's a lot of things planned for the next year. In the first quarter of 2022, Sandbox should open the Metaverse to landowners who have built a highly quality experience, so pretty much everybody will be able to play the game. In the mid of next year, they are planning to implement decentralized staking and voting mechanism for land and sand owners, so the complete development of the game from this point on will be only decided by the community, which is a very great thing. They are also planning to bring the game to consoles like Xbox and PlayStation. They also want to make it mobile, which is an interesting idea because in this way you can increase your land or play some other challenges wherever you are. This Sandbox has ambitious goals until the end of 2023. It wants to have around 5,000 different games available. Some of them already received funding actually, and most of them will be play to earn, so this will turn out for sure great for the Metaverse. Now let's talk about a few concerns, because how will the future of Sandbox look exactly? For example, in 3 to 5 years, when the team, the advisors, everyone has their tokens completely unlocked, will they maybe just sell them and then the project will just die, or will there be somewhat of a completely open source development in the future? This we don't know yet. Something that will definitely need to be important for the future of Sandbox is that Sandbox have to move fully decentralized, because right now the complete Sandbox is running on one single big server that is located at one exactly point. So if this will get destroyed, for example, not the game assets will be lost because they are on the blockchain, right? But I mean, it is not decentralized, and I think this is something they need to implement as soon as possible, that it is actually possible to provide server power to the network, for example, and so on and so on. But this is something very difficult to do, but still something they should keep in mind and they should develop as soon as possible. Also, for this reason, there is a big hype around the Sandbox at the moment, so every small mistake that the developers or the team may do could result in significant price drops, and also we don't know if we maybe have to face a few more other problems as soon as a large amount of players want to participate to the game, keeping in mind that there is only one server at the moment. Also, there is some news, this is country based, but by June 2022, like they're supposed, there will be regulations coming in and you will need to be KYC to take part in virtual worlds in-game economies. So this would also be a big barrier to entry because not a lot of people in crypto space like to do KYC, especially if it's only about participating in real money market economy in a game. This could also be something that could limit the amount of players in the metaverse that Sandbox can reach in the future. So let's keep all these things in mind when looking at the price for Sandbox in the next year. I think there is more upside to come and Sandbox could be the #1 metaverse project, even overtaking Decentraland maybe at some point. Let me know what you think in a comment down below, make some noise for the algorithm, smash up the like button, subscribe to the channel for more of these videos, activate the bell, and we are going to see us in the next one. Till then, bye bye.